Hello, and welcome to episode 45 of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto, and welcome to my corner of the crafting world. You can find me on Ravelry as Mona Lee 81. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I don't really use Twitter as Rome_Raven. You can find me on the other one, my Etsy shop called Love Rome Yarns, which is now open. So what else? The catch them all? And every once in a while, I'll put up a little blurb or something on my blog. I'll leave it in the name down below because I can never remember if it's Blogger or Blogspot. I don't remember what's the constant now. So, well, let's just get into my works in progress. So I've got 1, 2, 3 projects that I worked on this week. One of them was a new cast on. Well, I consider the second one practically. It might as well be a new cast on. Oh no, I'm missing one of my projects. Okay, so correction, I have 4 projects in total to show you today. So we will start your fade shawl. I honestly didn't think I would get much time to work on it, but I seem to always surprise myself every time I pick this thing up. So, hold on, make sure that's not pulling out. Okay. So, I have managed, if you can tell, from... So now I have made, before I was partway through the solid color part of the knit, which was there where I was last week, and I managed to make it, I just started the lacy section for the next one. So this is color 5. It's coming along nicely. I'm really liking it, obviously. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth color. So my ball of yarn is becoming a choked up ball of mess, so every once in a while I have to stop, take it out, untangle, and then continue going. Tons of fun. So I'm making progress on it every week, and I'm very happy with the progress. I was talking to someone last week at the Knitters Guild meeting, and she actually stopped hers before color 7, like the pattern recommends, because it just got too long. But because every time I put it on, like, honestly, it almost does feel like if I finish, I think I'll still do up to at least my 6th color. And I think that will definitely be long enough and more than enough to wrap around my neck many, many times. Because it already does it now. And I'm only at 5 colors. So, yeah. I'm liking it. So, off to the side. And on to the next project. Next shawl. Pen just fell. Now it's time to show you my doodler shawl. This week I actually did not work on it as much as I had liked. I don't know why, but I was really tired this weekend. I went to sleep late for no good reason, and I did not have my pump up of energy like I did last weekend. So by the time I got home, and I swear I was practically falling asleep at work last week on Sunday, and then when I got home, I said I could do a little bit, but let me take a nap. I basically woke up at about 9 o'clock that evening, and I put in a little bit of work on my shawl. So here is my doodler shawl. Oh, I didn't even change the stitch marker like I said I was going to. So this is it right now. Last week when you saw it, I was working my way through the cable section of section 2. I was right there where that stitch marker is, and now I've made it to here. I think I have to do cables out to about here, and then afterwards I start section 3. I don't think it will really take me that long. We'll have to see, depending on my energy levels next week Sunday, and then we'll see how much further I'll go. So I'm actually very satisfied with this. So the yarn I'm using is yarn that I dyed myself, for those who have not already heard. This color here is the grayish multicolored one is called Electric Mayhem. The pink is called Antique Rose. Yeah, Antique Rose. The third color does not have a name. I've showed it many times, and somehow or another, it always ends up being my title card according to YouTube. So let's see if that happens again this week. So this is my third color. I have not started using it yet. I'm definitely going to keep it. I like it. So maybe next week you'll start seeing it actually on the shawl. Maybe not. We'll have to see. But I am very, very pleased with the progress and the look of my shawl. I think it looks gorgeous. I kind of wish I had done it when it had first come out, but if I had, I would not have had my yarn. So, yeah, it's going well. I love it. Back into the bag. my next project, I recast on my grandfather's shawl. I didn't make it as far as I did the last time you had seen it, but when I say I barely worked on it, I really did. So, hold on. Oh, dang, I didn't even finish off the row. I think because I was working on it on Thursday at my knitting circle, and I got mid-row and I had to stop because I was leaving, the library was closing. So, this is as far as I've made it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not even anywhere close to at the point where I made the mistake of it. But this is the Elwood Shawl by, I can't remember. I'll put it down here. It's like, I think it's like Jenny Weeb. I'm not sure. I'll make sure I put it on the screen. So it's supposed to be a striping one, and she has it in sizes pretty much going from newborn all the way up to I think a double XL or an XL. So my grandfather's is very much in between those sizes, so it's okay. So project number 4, my cast on project for the Knitters Guild meeting last week. I know what I had put out, and then after I finished and I uploaded my video, I kind of got distracted and like, hold on, why am I going and looking inside of my bin and taking out yarn that I have not necessarily touched, but I already have yarn that I've already prepped. So I decided I was just going to use something from in these 2 boxes. I have rolled up balls of yarn. Some of them are self-striping and stuff like that. So the plan originally, I'll say originally, was to, hold on, cast on a cuff. It was further before I had to pull it out, but cuff of a sock, and then continue with these self-striping yarns by Nicole C. Mendez. I got these a couple years ago and I have not used them yet. So they're self-striping, kind of like a pastel rainbow type of color. I love it. It's very nice. Her prices are really, really cheap. If you can find her on Etsy, I think her shop is still open. So that's where I got that from. So I was going to do that. And that was originally my plan. And then afterwards, I decided ever since I've seen people do scrappy sock yarn projects, and I'm there like, and it's actual socks, and I'm thinking to myself, I really, really want to do that. It's not like I'm short on scraps, so why don't I? So I decided I was going to do that. The problem was I had finished a cuff, and I was ready to cast on, but it was the end of the Knitters Guild meeting, so I brought my stuff home and I shoved them in my bag, but I did not put them carefully into the bag, and the needles had pulled out halfway through. I'm horrible at picking up stitches. I'm even worse at picking up stitches that are not just regular knit stitches. So I pulled everything back out on yesterday at work, and I started again. So that's why I've only made it this far. Can you imagine? I had like this much done. So what I'm going to do is after I finish casting on this one, I'm going to cast on a second cuff, and then from then use my scrappy leftovers to do like color stripes all the way across. So my other set of needles. I'm going to be using my what are these called again? Knitter's Pride. Are these Knitter's Pride? I can't remember. So I'm going to be using these. Put them off to the side there. For both pairs of socks. And then a variety. Well, can't use. Well, maybe I could. Like, these are just some of the yarns I pulled out just to start out with. Just leftover pieces from different stuff that I've done. Surprisingly, these 2 are yarns that I've dyed right here. And then this one, I think it's the Woolmees AL13. And then this one, it's a Manos del Uruguay, but I'm not exactly certain what the colorway is. It's the one I used on my Find Your Fade shawl, I'm quite sure. So those are just the first ones that I picked out. And I also have this one, but I'm not certain if I'm going to use it for that. I may end up using it for something else. Because I like solid colors like this. I think they make really good heel cuts and toes. And it just seems a shame just to throw them in for like an actual solid color for like a few rows on a sock. So we'll have to see. So let's carefully put this back and make sure that it does not fall out. So that is actually all I worked on. I didn't touch the brioche hat. It's currently sitting right here, and I said I'm not going to stress myself out over it. So let's see. what else happened? Ooh, sorry, let me put my pattern back in here so I don't forget where it is. So, last week Wednesday was the Knitters Guild meeting. It was about fit. Yeah, the fit for clothing, which is always useful to me, and actually taking measurements, which I will admit I've never once done for anything. Sorry. Pause for a moment. Okay, so last week Wednesday, the Toronto Knitters Guild meeting, we had a visitor, Kim from Indigo Dragonfly. She also brought her yarn, and did a talk on making it fit, and that's basically looking at things like for how you like your clothes. So how you like your sweater to fit, what's important to those measurements to get it to be like that, what flatters your body. So it was like about like things like you didn't realize how important things like shoulder width measurement is. I didn't even realize how important it was. Sure, nobody wants to have saggy looking shoulders when they're making stuff, but sometimes the way that the shoulders fit can actually completely change how it looks on a person, which I found very fascinating. So I plan on getting my sheet filled out so I could actually, really start to work on that and actually, finish a sweater. There's the little things in life. So we'll see how well that goes. And also, we have, because they started announcing it at the Knitters Guild. Guess what's coming up at the end of April, guys? It is the Toronto Knitters Frolic. So I'm looking forward to going. It's on, excuse me as I scroll down there. Yes, April 28th at the, the usual place for it is at the, I'll put it underneath here in the thing because I can't remember it off the top of my head. But yeah, so that's coming up. So I'm looking forward to going to go see that, getting to see some people. And that's pretty much it. As far as I know, there's not going to be any seminars or classes this time, because I just wanted to give more time for people to, really get to go out and fully explore the shopping and the meeting with people and all that kind of stuff. I was informed that there would be a podcast or meet up there as well. I'm not certain at the time for that one, but it's not going to be at the same location it was at last time. So any podcasters that are local to Toronto that are going, that's where you'd be able to meet them. So yeah, that's everything for that kind of stuff related. So I'm just going to move on to I guess what you technically call a shop update. All these stuff were there from before, but I didn't get to show them. I did get to show them, but I showed them all off in bits and pieces as to what's there. So I am going to take this opportunity and get my thing ready and show off all of the yarns so that you guys can really get to see what there is out of what I have in my stock, what I have left in stock. So hopefully I can do this. Comfy. All right. So the first yarn, they're all, with the exception of one, they're all 80/20 superwash wool and nylon. The only one that's not has stellina in it. That's the only difference. So this skein is called Barely There Avocado. I actually use an avocado to dye this, and it makes it a very, very pale pink. This one is Hot Chocolate. So it's got some browns, pinks, and white. This one, this is Epic. This was named, I think, by Anna Duval from the comments. She actually sent it out and said this would be a cool name for it. So I did take her advice. So this one's called Epic. This one is Cherry Tree. Where's the green in it? Oh, there it is. This one is 658. This one is I'm Gonna Call You Skirt. This one is Bug's Life. Where's the other one? Oh no, these are the ones I always get confused. These we'll just do it like this. These two are not quite Greylow, number 1 and number 2. So one is a little bit more hints towards yellow, the other one hints a little bit towards green. This one is Cisco. And this one is, hold on, I'm going to scroll down and check. Minty Fresh. And then this is the one with Stellina called I Am Not a ... You can really see the Stellina in this one. So that is everything that I have in my shop right now. So I just want to say, so if you're interested, go ahead, buy, peruse, up to you. If you're outside of the Canada or the US, let me know. I'll look into the shipping for that area if there is an issue. Just send me a message on Etsy for that. So that is everything for this week. Thank you for spending your crafting time with me and listening to what I'm going through and all that kind of stuff. I hope to see you again next week, and have a good day. Bye.